Welcome back, students, in the fifth part of Chapter 5, Organizing. Let's have a quick recap about what we have discussed in our last session. In our last session, we have discussed about the advantages of functional organizational structure. We have discussed about the disadvantages of the functional organizational structure, and we have also discussed that in which cases the functional organizational structure can be adopted or suitable. Students, today we are going to discuss about second most important type of a structure, that is divisional organizational structure. In today's session, we'll discuss about what exactly the divisional organizational structure is, what are the advantages of DOS, what are the disadvantages of divisional organizational structure, and in which situation we can follow divisional organizational structure, or in which condition this divisional organizational structure can be adopted to achieve our organizational objectives. Let's start with what exactly the divisional organizational structure is. Students, it's a time of a globalization, and in a globalization you will find that there are many MNCs working in our economy, and all these MNCs are producing more than one product line. They have a variety of the products, so it is very much difficult for them to adopt the departmentalization on the basis of the main functions being performed, because all these functions of organization, that is purchase, production, sales and marketing, it's required to perform for the variety of the product, so it becomes a little complex for them. In this situation, to help these MNCs, to help these large industries, our scholars have suggested a separate type of organizational structure, that is what considered as the divisional organizational structure. Let's get the definition of divisional organizational structure. That the structure in which departments are created on the basis of major products being produced in the organization is known as a divisional organizational structure, popularly known as DOS. Once again here, whenever there is a departmentalization or the division of company is based on the different products which they are producing, then this kind of the division of the organization is considered as a divisional organizational structure. When we discuss about the division of a company, division of the organization on the basis of the variety of the products, we are talking about the main product or the major products being perfumed. Like if we discuss that a company is producing variety of the products, and one of them, that is a footwear company, then quite possible there would be variety of the products in the footwear also, that is gents department, ladies one, kids, leather shoes, party wear. Then the division won't be on the basis of all this, but only one division will be created, that is the footwear, and under this footwear division all the variety of the products will be produced. So it is the creation of the organizational structure on the basis of division. So it is considered as a divisional organizational structure. Now, divisional organizational structure is mainly followed by all those organizations which are large in size, and they have a different type of the product which is considered as a product line. In this type of the organizational structure, the departments or the divisions are created on the basis of the major products being produced in the organization. This each and every divisions or departments operates as a multifunctional units. Why this DOS works as a multifunctional units? Students, because under each and every division or department in DOS, it performs all the functions which are performed in each and every department, that are production, purchase, marketing, and finance. And this each and every division or department is works as a profit center. It means the individual division or department will be responsible for earning profit, and this responsibility will be performed by divisional head, and he is accountable for the profit and loss of his division. So under DOS, all the divisions which have been created generates its own profit or may suffer a loss. Let's have the idea about the structure of a DOS. In the hierarchy of a divisional organizational structure, the topmost, that is the board of directors, then comes the managing directors, then comes the divisional heads or departmental heads. Students, for ease of understanding, I have taken an example of an organization where four main products are being produced. It means the company is in the field of cosmetics, is in the field of garments, is in the field of footwears, and in the field of chemicals. So these are the main products being produced in this organization. So the divisions are created on the basis of that. Now this each and every department would be controlled, managed, and supervised by the divisional head. Like there would be one divisional head for the cosmetics, one divisional head for the garments, one divisional head for the footwear, and the same for the chemicals. Now, as we have discussed in the introduction of DOS itself, that this each and every individual department performs all the functions necessary to produce the products. So, all these functions are purchase, production, marketing, finance will be performed under the cosmetic department. The same functions will be performed in the garments department or divisions. The same functions will be performed for the production, purchase, marketing, and finance for the footwear department. And the same functions will be performed under the chemical departments. Students, in this way, divisional organizational structure itself includes the functional organizational structure, because under each separate division all the functions are being performed. You can see in this image that cosmetics, garments, footwears, and chemicals, this each and every individual division performs all the necessary functions in the similar manner. So DOS includes the FOS, and this is only the structure which is followed by the MNCs or the large organization. This suggests that for each and every individual product line, there would be a separate purchase department, production department, marketing department, and finance department, which will look after for the need of that individual division or department. They focuses on achieving the goal of their individual departments, like cosmetics department or the division will try to prove their supremacy over the different departments and so on. So this is what the structure of divisional organizational structure. Let's get the idea about advantages of divisional organizational structure. The first one, that is a product specialization, greater accountability, flexibility, expansion and growth, and quick decision making. Let's discuss all these advantages of DOS in detail. Advantages of divisional organizational structure. First one, that is a product specialization. Students, if you remember, in the introduction of the divisional organizational structure, we have discussed that the divisions are created on the basis of the main products being performed. And in this division, all the activities related to that particular product will be grouped in that department only. So each and every worker of that particular department will be performing the similar type of the activity, the specific function, and as you know, as per the concept of the decentralization and departmentalization, then when a worker is made work for a longer period of time, and that is the similar work, the worker becomes specialized in performing that activity, and as this activity is performed for a single product, automatically this situation leads to the product specialization. So in this way, DOS leads to the specialization in particular products for which the division is created. In addition to this specialization automatically creates integration and coordination in the activities, because the one department caters all the different services required to perform that activity. So automatically the coordination is also maintained. Second one, that is greater accountability. Students, if you can recall, the functional organizational structures, one of the disadvantage in that we have discussed that it was almost difficult to hold a particular department responsible, or the accountability of individual department was not able to fix, because all the departments were integrated. But this disadvantage is removed in the DOS, because in DOS each and every product department or divisions are separate, and this each and every divisions and the departmental heads are they responsible for the profit, for the loss, for the completion or non-completion of the objectives. Each and every department are separate, so it becomes very easy for the organization to perform or measure the results of each and every department very easy, and through the analysis one can easily find out that who is responsible or the accountable for the non accomplishment of objectives or for the less generation of profit. Let's take one example, that if company has decided in the planning stage that this year company will achieve the target production from all the department, that is 1000 units. If there are 4 divisions and organization could not reach to the target production of 1000 units, then through analysis, the managers or the top level authority will easily analyze the total production of all department, all divisions, or even individually they will find out that which department or division has contributed less, which resulted in non-accomplishment of objectives. So, under DOS, there is a greater accountability of each and every divisions or departments. Advantages continues. Next one, that is flexibility. Students, as you know that in chapter number 3, business environment, we have discussed that the business operates its economic activity in an environment which keeps on changing, and to sustain in a market, managers and the divisional heads have to take many decisions so that it will help to run the organization very successfully. Now, under divisional organizational structure, there is a greater flexibility in adopting and taking decisions. The reason is, though each and every unit is a part of an enterprise, but under this structure, it functions independently under the direct control of divisional head, who has been granted the full authority required to run that particular department. So this divisional departmental heads, they gives flexibility in the decision making and encourages his subordinate managers to take initiative and find out new ways for the means of better performance, even whenever there are any kind of the changes taking place in an external environment which are required to consider for the internal environment, then this divisional head can take immediate decision and can make changes in the internal environment to compete the competitors. In this way, there is a flexibility in DOS. Next one, that is expansion and growth. DOS facilitates expansion, diversification, and growth of new products. Why? How it facilitates all these things? Students, the divisional organizational structure has one of the most important advantages that whenever company wants to add a new product or a new product line, then it can be added without disturbing the existing product department's operation. The reason behind that each and every individual department has its own functions, and the department performs all these functions at their departmental level. So the other functions, that is purchase, production, marketing and sales, will be created for the newly added product line or for the new product department, and that will not disturb the existing one. This kind of the facility helps to incorporate the changes which comes in the business environment. If there is a demand for a special kind of the product, then the company can introduce that without disturbing the existing one, which leads to the expansion and the growth of an organization. The last advantage of a divisional organizational structure is quick decision making. Students, you know that in the divisional organizational structure, the departmental or divisional heads have been granted the full authority to run their department. They are given the authority to take the decisions without concerning or depending on any other department or any other authority. This divisional heads can take the decision at his or her level only without taking permission from anyone or without consulting anyone. This facilitates the quick decision making in divisional organizational structure. So the decisions are taken much faster in the divisional structure with the comparison of FOS, where they have to take the permission at each and every stage of functions of management. Now, let's discuss about the disadvantages of DOS. The first one, departmental conflicts. Second one, costly affair. Third one, ignores organizational interest. Disadvantages of DOS. The first one, that is departmental conflicts. Each department under the divisional organizational structure works separately, and they will try to perform the best and try to earn maximum profit at the individual level. Sometimes it may happen that to achieve their own objectives, they may try to get more funds from the organization and try to transfer certain costs to the other departments if they can. Now, this will lead to the conflicts between the different departments because each and every department will try to get more funds, the funds which are limited with the organization. When the time comes for the allocation, each and every department will try to show that their department is most important, which generates maximum profit, so they should be given a more funds, and the certain cost which are the common that should be transferred to the other departments. This may result in conflicts between the different departments. Sometimes this may also happen that the divisional heads and the departmental heads who are equally qualified, then they try to enter into the conflicts with the other divisional heads, which is not good for the organization. Second one, that divisional organizational structure is a very costly effect. Students, if you recall the structure of DOS, you will realize that under each division of DOS, all the functions are performed, that is purchase, production, marketing, and finance. Now, it requires the separate set of staff and other resources to perform this function. It means, as for example, that under the cosmetic departments, there would be required the separate staff and structure for the production, purchase, marketing, and finance. In the same manner, in footwear department also, there would be required to separate set of the staffs and other resources for the purchase, production, marketing, and finance. This results in duplication of work and effort, as all the functions of an organization are performed in each and every divisions. This will lead to increase in expenditure and the overall cost of the organization increases. Last disadvantage, that is ignores overall organizational interest. Students, let's understand this topic with the help of one example. Let's take for an example that in your school, Mr. Vice Principal is taking economics and teaching you economics in your class, and accountancy and business studies is being taught by the other subject teachers. Now, to perform better, to prove that the vice principal is very efficient, he will try to convey this message to the old students that they have to perform a certain projects and they have to complete the assignments on time. Now, the assignments which are given are such that if the students will perform that assignments, if they complete that assignment, they won't be able to complete the assignments of the other subjects, that is accounts and economics. But to perform well, to prove the economics result is best, the vice principal may use his power or independence on the students that as I am the vice principal, you have to complete first my assignments, and if you will not, then the disciplinary actions will be taken. So it is good to improve the result of the subject, but it should not be on the cost of any other department or the subjects, because because the students were busy in completing the economics assignments, the result of the economics was the best one, but as they ignored the assignments of the other subjects, the overall result gone down. The same thing happens in the organization also, because all the divisional heads have given a complete authority to run their division and to achieve their respective objectives of their own divisions. Sometimes they may ignore the overall organizational objectives or interest, and sometimes it may also result in the misuse of the power and independence granted to them. This results in wastage of efforts, resources taken by the other departments as the overall organization was not achieved. Let's discuss about the suitability of DOS. DOS is generally suitable for the organization which produces multi-products or a different line of products. It is also suitable for the organization which requires the product specialization and need to focus on a particular product. Next one, that whenever company wants to determine the profit or loss the product wise, at the time DOS is the best suitable structure. It is also suitable for all those growing companies which plans to add more line of product in the future by competing their competitors. Last one, that the organizations which wants that their each division should be self-contained, self-dependent, then it is possible under the DOS, because in DOS each and every division, so the departments has the product department, purchase department, sales department, marketing department, finance department, etc. So the company which wants the self-sufficient divisions, for them DOS is the best suitable. Let's have the quick recap about what we have discussed. We have discussed about the divisional organizational structure. We have discussed about the different advantages of divisional organizational structure. We have discussed the disadvantages, and we have discussed that in which situation the divisional organizational structure can be suitable or it can be adopted. It's time for assignment, and today There is a little bit change in the assignment. Today, there are two case studies for you to solve. One is from the CBSE Sample Paper 2015 and one is from the sample paper released by the CBSE board last year. So you have to find out what is asked in this case study. Now it's the time to say bye bye and thank you. Bye bye, dear students. Goodbye. I hope the concept which I tried to explain, you understood it. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Try to solve all the assignments by yourself. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Consider this lockdown period as an opportunity to learn new things and make your foundation very strong. Thank you once again. Bye bye.